What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're going to be going over the camera that started off for me, the catalyst, the equipment that got me into this realm of art or the certain niche of the artistic world. And it's going to be the one and the only PENTAX K1000. All right, so let's open up this bag and see the PENTAX K1000. The PENTAX K1000 is a 35mm SLR that came out in the 1970s, 1980s, 1970s, around that time. It's a 35mm SLR. And if you saw the video that I posted the other day, you would see that I already talked about what an SLR is compared to a digital and all that stuff. There you go, menu, PENTAX, that's all it is, right over here, right? That's the menu. But yeah, I went over what an SLR is and what the difference is between it and the digital camera. So if you guys haven't seen that, you guys should probably go check that out. But here it is. This is the PENTAX K1000. It's in good condition when I got it, you know. So I know I was in college when I first tried out the PENTAX K1000. I was about a sophomore in college when I first tried the PENTAX K1000, and you know, it was kind of hard for me to learn how to use it, to know the science behind the SLR cameras, and you know how they're being used, and when to take photos and what rules to follow. You know, it took me a while, but overall, after a lot of practice, I learned how to use it. But here it is up close, and you can see it has some weight to it. I know you guys can't feel it, but it has some weight to it. And it's all metal, you know, all metal. Let's open this up right over here. This is how the inside looks like. I already told you guys what an SLR is. It's a single lens reflex. If you've seen my other video that I posted, I talked about that and the differences between digital and film cameras. You got the K1000 written over here, the Asahi PENTAX logo, and then up here is where you have your shutter speed. You can control it. It goes from 1 second to 1,000th of a second. And then B is bulb, meaning if you have one of those wire clickers, you can hold it for as long as you want and then let it go, and then it'll stop. Over here is where you rewind the film. Whenever you're done, you can lift it up over here, and then you pull it to open the back. I'll show you that in a second. And if you want to take photos, this is it right here. You press this button and then you wind, click. I hope you guys can hear that. And then it tracks how many photos you took from 24 to 36, right? So, and then this is where you release. You press this down, and then you open, like I said, you pull it up, and you have the back. The back is all right here. You know, this is where you take the photo. So if you can see, wind, see how fast that goes? That's how you take the photo. You put the film over here, and then you pull it, and then you place it in here, and then you gotta make sure you close this down, close it, and then until you're ready to take photos. You can take photos once this number reaches 1. Now we got the lenses. We got the 2 lenses right over here. We got a 50mm. And then I think this one is a 28mm, right? So this is 28, this is the 50 right over here. So if you want to open them up, they're relatively small. You know, they're not complicated. They're very simple lenses. I got one for wide and one for close. I might try to get an 85 or, you know, a 70 or whatever the PENTAX has. So I only have 2 lenses and they've worked good for me, but I never had any issues. This goes down to an f2. This goes down to an f2.8. You got good range, so I like these a lot. These lenses right over here, right? So that's how the front looks like, and I'll open up the back for you guys. All right, so this is how the back looks like. This is how the back of them look like. Take a gander, take a peek, look to see what you guys think. Really nice lenses, they're in good condition. No fog, no mist, no scratches. I take care of my stuff, so I never really have that problem with my equipment, right? And then this right here is the flash. You can put the flash on top of the Pentax, and then if you need light, this is what you use. It's automatic, you know, you fix the settings and how you want to use them. You just follow this diagram over here. It's pretty bright, so, and it gets hot kind of quickly, so you don't want to like overuse this and then the battery dies or anything like that, but it's pretty cool. So I got everything here together for about probably like 150 or like 160. I got it for a deal. After using it in college, I know I wanted to keep one for myself, so I would keep renting it out when I was in college, but after college, I bought my own because I just really love this camera. You know, I fell in love with it. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorites, so I knew one day I had to keep it and, you know, just use it whenever time calls me to use it. And I like it a lot, so that's where I got it. eBay for like 150. It came with the 50 millimeter to the 50 millimeter lens, and then I bought the 28 separately, and ever since then I haven't really looked back. I like these two lenses a lot. It helped me a lot. For the accessories that I got separately is the cable release right over here. Cable release, like if I'm trying to get like a long exposure of something, I can use the cable release right here, right? If I want to take like star photos or take photos of the highway. And then I got this old CineStill film I found in my house and I forgot that I had, so it's kind of beat up. It was in a box of films that I had. I forgot to have this, so we're gonna put this in the camera so I can show you guys how to put it in, right? Gonna open it up, right? And this is the CineStill right over here. One of my favorite. I like the style that it comes with. It's pretty cool. I like it, you know. I don't have a problem using CineStill at all. So this is it right here. Yeah, 800 ISO, so it's good for nighttime. And you get this cool aesthetic that's really good, that a lot of people use a lot. I could probably go over it again sometime if you guys are interested. Another item that I have over here is the self-timer. And this self-timer over here is pretty cool. I like it. It took me a while to find because I want to try to take like selfies of myself with the Pentax. So it took me a while to find this, and they're very rare or scarce or whatever to find online. But once you find it, I say just buy it because you never know when another one's gonna show up. And I'll pull it out for you. We're just gonna open it up. All right. And then this is how it looks like, right? This is how it looks like, the self-timer. You put it on top of the release button. So you put it like this, right? And then you pull this lever back. I'll show you. You pull this lever back, and then this is how it looks like. If it decides to, there we go, right? And that's how it happens. Just pull this back, keeps going. You can see the little needle right over here. And then 3, 2, 1, and then it clicks. And that's how you take a self-timer on the PENTAX K1000. Some Pentax come with a self-timer. This one doesn't, unfortunately. You have to look for a certain model of these. A bunch of these came out. There's different versions of this, but I couldn't find one with the self-timer. So this is it right here. So I had to buy a separate one to use. Like I said earlier, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the CineStill inside the PENTAX K1000, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that, right? So if you guys have your Pentax right over here, what you wanna do, you wanna take this, and then you wanna just pop it open, right? Just pull it up, and then you have the back of it open. And you wanna take your film, and you might have to place it upside down first, right? And place it upside down as such, you feel me? Right over here, and then you wanna take this right here, and then you just wanna pull it. Push this down though, push this down over here, right? So you can keep it in place so it doesn't flop out, right? And then you just wanna pull it to the side. You don't wanna pull too much. I keep it close, and then there's this little this little line over here, right? This little line where you place the film inside so it can stay in place. All right, let's try to get it. Right there, right? This little space, this little opening right over there. And then what you wanna do, you just wanna, oops. Sometimes it messes up, so sometimes you gotta do it properly. But you just wanna bring it back. You wanna bring it back to where you can see the little slit for this film. Then you just wanna slide it in. Give me a second, bear with me. All right, I'm doing all this in real time. Just wanna push it in a little bit. And then you just wanna open this up. And there you go. All right, you see? And then you see it roll in. You see how this rolled in, so it stays in place. And then I'll probably pull it just a little more, right? Right over there, and then you close it. Right there, and roll, click. So you want to keep going until the number on here reaches 0 or reaches 1. Click. There you go. Now it's at 1. Now you can start taking photos and see how many photos you can take. This one has 36, I believe, right? This one has 36 shots in here, so I can go up to 36 on here, and then I could take photos of whatever I want, you know, that fits the rules of photography in here. Like, it's 800 ISO, so I keep it over here in this little slit over here. It says 800. You can change it. You see 400, 200, 100, but I keep it at 800 so it can remind myself. So I can remind myself, and the camera knows also. And then you can start taking photos. Now we're gonna just open this up, and we're gonna put the 50, right? We're gonna put the 50, match the red to red. Click, and now you're ready to go, and that's your Pentax right over here, all right? Now you can take a photo of whatever you want with this Pentax, and that's how you set it up. So that's a quick setup of the PENTAX K1000. I can show you guys how to put the flash on. All you have to do is just literally just slide the flash on, and then you can turn it on, just give it a couple seconds. And now you can probably test it, and it's gonna flash. You just click the test button right here, and you see right there, it just flashes, right? It's pretty bright, so you just gotta know how to use it and when to use it, you know? And then that's how you turn on the flash. And then for you to take it off, you just gotta basically just slide it off. And then, like I said before, if you wanna use the timer, there's a little screw right here. You just screw it on top. This is the self timer. Put it on here, and then you just pull it all the way back. I think you have about 10 seconds, right? I think 10 to 12 seconds before it takes the photo, and then you'll see it go, 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 and then you hear the click, and then that's when it takes your photo. And then for the cable release over here, it's about the same thing, right? You have this part over here where you just screw on top. And then if you want to take that long exposure, you just hold it, and then it takes the photo. You just have to press this button. Now, if you want to hold it even longer, remember to place your Pentax on B, bulb. That's what it is. Bulbs means it's gonna, the back is gonna open, the photo will be taken for as long as you hold down the release button. It's the same thing as a digital camera. And that's pretty much it for the basics of this PENTAX K1000. Also, inside the viewfinder, I tried to see if I can show you guys, but inside the viewfinder, there's an exposure meter thing where it tells you if something is perfectly exposed or not. If it's all the way high, that means it's overexposed. If it's all the way low, then that means it's underexposed. So you want to keep it around the middle area. That's when you get the perfect exposure for your photo. And it does take a little battery, and the battery is all the way at the bottom. I don't know what type of battery it is specifically, but if you type in PENTAX K1000 battery, it's a very small, inexpensive battery. that you put on the bottom that allows the light meter to tell you if something is in good exposure or not. And that's pretty much the basics of this PENTAX K1000 camera. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think. And here are some photos that I've taken with this PENTAX K1000. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. All right, peace, deuces, I'm out.
Gahel.